Okay, let's see. All right, let's see if that helps it. All right. What about it, Facebook? Can you hear us now?
Is it working?
Are we good?
We might have to turn off and turn back on.
Uh-oh.
Goodness gracious.
I'm so sorry. What are we getting anybody telling us they can hear us now or not?
Shit.
Okay.
Let's try.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, we're good now.
Yes.
I might make you go back.
We have to go back.
We have to go
Shelly
back. You're gonna want us.
Shelly Smola Designs.
That was your practice.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that was our practice. Hey, now we're live in front of a live audience. I'm so sorry. You know, it's like
fine.
we got to wing it here. You know, I'm just so sorry.
That's what we do.
Things happen.
Yeah.
You should see what I do at home. There's a lot of do-overs.
Yeah. So Shelly said that her mom sewed and made doll clothes, and then made you matching clothes, and then
Yes, I would sit at her knee, and she just sewed for hours at a time. I loved it, loved it, loved it. So, in fact, I used to beg her to make me a sugar dress. And
wow.
what I called sugar fabric was that sparkle organza.
Oh, right.
I just thought that that was fabric made from sugar, and I would beg and beg and beg for her to make me a sugar dress. But anyway, she always said no.
Did she ever do? Oh, she never did it.
She did not make me a sugar dress.
I think you might use some sugar fabric in some of your things.
I
right?
do. Yes, I love it. Sparkle organza. Anyway, so I moved to Boston, and my mom, I was 18. She shipped her Singer Featherweight machine to me, and she taught me to sew over the phone.
Wow.
So I was busy making curtains and, box covers, my table covers, because I was so poor. I was starting to. Anyway, she taught me to do all that, seat cushions, everything over the phone. So that's how I really started sewing.
I love that.
So then I moved into hand crochet, tatting, and embroidery. And then when I went to my first embroidery machine, what I wanted was, on the Singer Featherweight.
Slide over a little bit, that way Instagram can see it. There you go.
They have that little tiny stitch plate, and it doesn't accommodate a wing needle. So I went to buy a new machine that would fit a wing needle. And the lady at the shop said, "Well, honey, you need an embroidery machine." And I very rudely said, "No, I do all of this by hand."
Oh.
I left with an embroidery machine.
Oh, that's funny.
I've never looked back. So
right. So what was your first embroidery machine? I'm just curious.
It was a Husqvarna with a 4-inch hoop.
And now introduce
4-inch hoop.
Shelly Smola Designs from
Right.
embroidery to.
Yep, I moved to a Bernina, which I have the old Berninas. I still use them. They still sew beautifully after 20 years. And now I have the mother of all baby locks, and I love that ginormous hoop. I just, oh my gosh, where has that been all my life?
So then, how did you go from? I mean, did you just like, hey, there aren't the kind of designs that I want. So because you're a math person and have a math brain and you're creative, you're like, I could do this.
Yep.
Is that kind of how it?
It's exactly how it happened. After I bought my machine, those embroidery cards way back when, we're talking 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They were like, what, $180 for a card, and they had maybe a design that you might want to stitch out. And I looked online for designs. The only designs I could find that I loved were designs from A Bit of Stitch. And I had bought some of her designs.
Oh, A Bit of Stitch.
Yeah, we've been friends for. Anyway, I thought, I think I can do better. Not better than A Bit of Stitch, but better for myself in the style that I wanted to stitch. So I bought embroidery software, and while I was still teaching math, I taught myself how to digitize. And that took a couple of years to get a really beautiful stitch out, exactly what I wanted it to be. So
I think people are always interested to know how somebody got started, because there are people out there right now with an idea, and then they don't know the next step to take. Right. And so, I mean, it's like you were following your heart, right? You were just like, I want to learn how to do this. I'm going to learn how to do this. And then I imagine there's a lot of trial and error.
There's a ton of trial and error.
Yeah.
And I started doing it just for myself so that I would have designs that I enjoyed stitching out. And then after I felt like I got fairly good at it, I decided to see if other people would maybe possibly like my designs. And it turns out that they do.
Yeah, I love that. Cool. So I know that you've been published in a lot of magazines. Give me a little rundown. I know. I mean, we showed the one in the most recent issue of Classic Sewing magazine. You have the little sail away design that's so cute. So I know you're in other classic sewing magazines also. We just didn't pull them out, but tell me, and there are embroidery magazines that I don't know anything about because I have an embroidery machine that I haven't ever used. So, but that's a big world. I know that's a big world out there. So tell me some of the other magazines you've been in so people can look for your designs in those.
Right now I mainly write for classic sewing, but I have been in creative machine embroidery, designs in machine embroidery, paper and embroidery. I have some paper embroidery designs. But it's right now, like I said, it's just for classic sewing that I've been writing regularly.
And you do set up a booth in different markets, and so she and Evie just recently went to Chattanooga to not
Tennessee, not Knoxville.
I know, not Texas.
We went to it was Tennessee.
It was Tennessee. Yeah,
we went to the Everything Embroidery Market in Chattanooga, and it was fun. It was a beautiful city. It was fun to be there. It was so nice. That was the first event I've done since 2019, since all the craziness hit. So it felt good to get out of the house and go see people again. And
people are starting to pick up steam a little bit and head back to the markets. And I think there's another one coming in Myrtle Beach in September, right? September. So how can they find out about those kind of things? Where you'll be? Do you have a newsletter that they can?
I do. I have a newsletter that tells you where I'll be. If I remember to put it in there. Usually I have my event schedule on my website, which has got to go back up now. I took it down when I wasn't doing anything, but that will go back up. It's advertised on social media. And then of course you can always go to the Everything Embroidery Market website if you want to.
So who are you on Instagram? So they can find you on Instagram.
Shelly Smola on Instagram.
So Shelly is SHELLY SMOLA. And then on Facebook,
Shelly Smola.
Okay, so that's pretty easy, right? So tell me this. I mean, I'm just so interested in what you're doing. I feel like I'm doing all the yakking. But how do you? What? Because I'm like putting these off because I'm so in love with them that Kristen's always saying I'm like jumping ahead of people and going straight to things that I'm just enthralled with.
I've never said that.
You did say that. Yes, you did. And so do you have anything like any of your earliest? What were you in your earliest designs? You weren't doing 3-dimensional, right? Were you?
No, I started out with heirloom designs and little girl dresses and in the hoop laces. Right. I know I should have brought all of those, and I love heirloom sewing. I truly do. But I really feel like I have found my niche with the 3D projects. I can't get enough of it. I want to buy miniature dollhouse people. I want to play with dollhouses. I just turned 50 a few months ago, and I still can't get enough of playing with dollhouses. So this is kind of my fun.
I happen to love it too.
Who doesn't?
I love it. I do love it. And so
so you have a coupon code for people that are watching today.
Well, I have a couple of gifts. So first of all, every month I have a gift, and this year it's a themed gift. Every year it's a themed gift. This year the theme is mug rugs. And I know that Mother's Day has gone, but really, is it ever too late to make a present for your mom? My mom loved hers, by the way. I did actually make one and send it to my mom. She's using it as a little heating pad cover for the back of her neck.
Oh.
So anyway, little mug rugs, you get them in coaster size and snack size. And this is your gift with purchase for anything during the month of May.
Wow.
So how do your kits work?
I don't give you fabric, sorry. You get the designs and the instructions. And when I say instructions, what I mean is a tutorial that takes you through every single step. There's a picture for every step so that you can make this project from start to finish with your own fabric and your own thread colors.
That's so cute.
It is.
George says she loves the castle.
Oh,
yeah.
Should we talk about the castle?
We should.
Okay, let's do it. Back on the mug rugs for one second. So these were the previous months. If you feel like you want to catch up and get your gift with purchase so that you've got the set of 5.
I'm gonna show this nice and
we have a little special setup for you, and we have a special page for you to go to find that special. So we have a mug rug collection.
Can I show this one?
That was January.
So you have a page with all of your downloads together.
I do, yes. If you go to shellysmola.com/FF, that's for farmhouse fabric, you'll find the little special that we've got set up for you.
This
and a
pink,
coupon
pinky.
code
This
also.
is cute too. Look at this. How sweet is
a little,
this?
what month was that, Jennifer? March. March mug rug.
So you will be doing a mug rug every single month.
Yep.
Wow.
So you'll want to get caught up
Oh
Yeah.
and then finish the collection throughout the year.
Oh, look at
So
that.
free with purchase. That is so cool.
Wow.
And also they all come in little snack sizes too. So if you're somebody who still has that 5x7 hoop, which I only had for a really long time, you can make these little snack size.
What size hoop does
That's an 8x12.
an 8x12?
Mhm.
Wow.
Got it. All right, let's do castles.
Okay. All right.
So this is so incredible and like intricate and everything. How did you land here? I mean, how do you even make it to a 3D castle?
It's a convoluted story. Somebody said, "Don't you ever do anything for boys?" I guess it wasn't somebody. It was when I would go to a show and I had all this frilly, girly, lacy stuff everywhere. And somebody said, "Boys, I just need embroidery for boys." So one year I came up with, can I run off camera for a second?
Absolutely.
One year I came up with
It's incredible, and you will love it if you have a girl or a boy.
with this little car track quilt. It can actually point anyway, but it's a racetrack quilt.
How neat.
Look at that.
And then I decided to do a train track quilt, which I did. And the train track quilt was looking awfully boring because everybody knows that. Oh,
look at this.
Everybody knows
my
a train
goodness.
track quilt needs a train station. So I made my first.
Oh, was that
3D.
your first 3D?
Yep.
Oh.
This train station was my very first 3D building.
This is so awesome.
My goodness, the back of this quilt is linty. Anyway.
Banana rug.
So there's the train station with a little door, and I progressed into bridges and whatever. So after looking at the train station for a couple of days, I thought,
the bridge.
That is so neat.
How awesome is that?
Anyway, I thought, well, if I could do this little train station house, why couldn't I do
a castle?
Dollhouse? So I was going to do just a little dollhouse, and I don't know what happened, but I just kept adding to it and adding and adding to it. It took me 3 months from start to finish, and I came up with the dollhouse that I always wanted when I was little. So when I started, it didn't have dormers, and it didn't have a tower, and it didn't have balconies, and it was only 1 story. And I just kept adding. I don't know what I was thinking, but
3 months later,
it turned out, 3 months later, this is what we've got.
Wow.
And one thing that really drives me crazy about dollhouses is when they forget the stairs to get to different levels. Don't you love the stairs in dollhouses? So this one's got little stairs, and they can go up through the floor just like they're supposed to on both levels. So this was a lot of fun to make. And if
with balconies and functional doors.
We've got little balconies. And if I can see what I'm doing, opening doors.
This is the sewing room up here, you guys.
Yes,
There's
this
a
is
sewing
the sewing
machine
room.
up here. This is sewing room.
Can you guys see
So
that?
you're making each piece, and you actually are building this castle.
Yep, and it's this particular piece. I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of pieces. It's time consuming to sit and wait for your machine to stitch, but it's not hard to make.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're just putting fabric where I tell you to put fabric. You trim it for a second, and then you let the machine do all the rest of this detail work. All the detail work that you see is part of the embroidery design. So your job is to cut fabric and change thread.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you put it together, it's actually very easy. Let me see if I can find a piece that's easy to come off here. So
someone asked, is the train set available for purchase?
yes, it is. And if they go to the shellysmola.com/FF page, the train set is listed on there. You can get it singly, or you can get it in the whole collection. I call it the planes, trains, losing my voice, planes, trains, automobiles collection. So my voice sounds funny. When I went to Texas in 2019, Texas, Houston Quilt Market, not Tennessee, but Texas, I lost my voice. I completely lost my voice. It started to come back. A few weeks later, I went to Myrtle Beach and I taught for 6 days, and I lost my voice completely. And the doctor says, "You've ruined your vocal cords. You've just ruined them."
Oh.
So I sound funny, but
Do you want water?
no.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know I'm not sick.
Oh,
I just
I'm
sound
not
funny.
worried about that.
I'll probably lose my voice again.
Oh.
Oh no.
Anyway. So anyway, it does all come apart. And I'll show you on a littler one that I can fit all in one frame of the camera
That
here.
is so
I
incredible.
love that.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
And
So anyway.
look at the fence. So that's wonderful.
Let's see what I can see.
My
overhead. Let's
goodness.
just give them an overhead of this thing. I mean, look at the top of this building. It's incredible. I mean, not to mention you have 3 stories, functional doors. That is so neat. Wow.
So now, okay, you do have dowel rods that go.
I do have dowel rods
across here
to keep it sturdy.
But then, because otherwise you've got tabs. These fit together with tabs and little like buttonholes.
They do, and it comes apart so easily to take it apart. So if you want to take it to grandma's house or whatever, it does come apart. It lays completely flat for storage. That's the only way I can ship it across the country. And this is about 10, 12 years old now. And I've been taking it apart and putting it back together and ship it. It's been all over the United States with me.
It looks brand new.
That's one of the fun parts about the 3D stuff. And then you can just tab it right on back together.
So, and then you have like this Christmas themed gingerbread house.
Yep. Then I went into smaller. I was going to do this is our estate, our Victorian house, but she needed a vacation Christmas house. So here's our Candy Lane Cottage, and it's a little bit simpler. This one you guys can make in about a day. This one's quite a few less pieces.
Oh,
and it's really easy to make. And what I love about this one is all the icicle trim. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh, look at that.
The icicle trim and the little lollipop fences. That was really fun to design. And then matching that one is.
So when you say make in a day, you mean embroider in a day?
Yes, you can embroider. Well, you probably 2 days if you take a break.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, and there's our spooky cottage, our creepy cottage.
Hold that up a little bit, just to
It's so dark, isn't it?
Right.
There now you can see
that
my
is
blue
so
shirt
cool.
through it.
I'm even loving to see the tops of these.
And look at the windows are spider webs. Can you see them there?
Oh,
that's so neat. Oh,
there's the
Yeah,
inside.
see that?
Yes.
There's the
I'm
spider
gonna
web.
flip back to the overhead so they can see that. So,
What am I showing them?
The spider
You
web
want it to
windows.
turn to the side?
Oh my
There we go.
goodness, yes.
Can you see that?
Yeah, that's great.
And then even on the inside, there are designs on the inside of the rooms. Like these are the bats flying around and the little spider webs
So to
on the
look in the house,
inside.
that's just as interesting.
Yeah.
Am I holding that right?
Yeah, that's great. Oh my goodness.
Leilani says now I want an embroidery machine.
Oh my goodness,
I bet
we gotta
you've
look
sold
this
a
up.
lot of embroidery machines. When people see this, they're
Well,
gonna
nobody's
go.
sending me a check for those.
No, they need to, don't
They
they?
do.
That's
They
right.
really do.
That's right.
So you can get all of the cottages separately, or you can buy all of the cottages together in a special. And that special also includes every girl needs a gazebo, doesn't she?
yeah, right.
So cute.
So here's the little.
Oh my
smashed everything.
goodness.
Here's the little gazebo. So you notice this one kind of got a little bit smashed in travel. It's a little bit crooked there. And I can fix that really easily. All I need to do is take a squirt bottle, let it down, reform it, and let it dry, and it'll be just fine.
So outside of your kit coming with all the detailed instructions, you've also provided us with a PDF download on how to assemble your 3D.
Right. It's all in the
designs.
instructions.
Yeah.
And Spooky and I, my little mascot sidekick, love of my life, he's actually been helping me make some of the videos. So if you go to do a little search for the dollhouse, and you'll find the dollhouse page, and you can see Spooky helping me take it apart. And
So
one
you
of
can
our
assemble with animal help
Right.
as well.
one of my
That's right.
favorite videos is the Candy Lane Cottage video. Spooky does a really good job in that video. He had a lot of fun with that one.
That's funny.
So, all right, moving to the castle.
Let's do
Oh,
it.
yes.
Absolutely.
Where should I put
Yeah,
that?
I can hold it.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
All right.
So Evie and I got to talking, and she said, I loaned her the cottages and the train track quilt and the plain stuff. And she said that her grandchildren want a castle,
Oh my goodness.
smaller
Wow.
scale castle.
Look at this.
So the dollhouses and the creepy cottage and the Candy Lane Cottage, they hold standard size dollhouse furniture that you can buy on Amazon or whatever. But her grandchildren, oh my goodness, they're so cute and fun and smart and just adorable. They wanted a castle, so how could I resist that? So we are in the process. This entire project is still in progress. We've been having a lot of fun planning it. So here is our castle. My flags are crooked.
Now, is this going to be part of the Charming collection?
This
Or is that
is,
something? Is this totally different? Because I'm jumping ahead of the game, aren't I?
well, this is, we've named the whole thing the Once Upon a Time collection.
Oh, once upon. Oh.
And so we've got our castle, and it's sitting on this little tiny mat here, but in the end, it will sit on a giant quilt. Well, it can be as big or as small as you want it to be, with cobblestone pathways and
Oh
walking
my
bridges and a
goodness.
carriage house that will hold the unicorn drawn carriage.
So
Oh my
this is where I was feeling jealous for
goodness.
girls because the guys have these
Right.
interactive. I mean, a dollhouse is interactive, but now you're talking about that same like
Right.
village experience. That
Right.
is so cool.
It's going to be great. So we've
Look
already
at
got
the
some,
people
we've got a
here.
winter cottage. We've got some other little fairy
Oh,
tale
that's
cottages.
beautiful.
And the charming collection is Evie's. Evie's making all of our people and animals. So she'll be making the unicorns and the horses, the dragon. We've got to have a dragon. She's made fairy godmothers, princes, princesses, maids,
Wow.
footmen. I mean, we've just got everything. Everybody
Look,
needs
you've
a
got
fairy
bride, you've
godmother
got a
over their
bride.
castle.
Look at this.
Yep.
Isn't that cute?
But they really want to see the Privy.
Oh,
They
yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
But I
definitely.
can't, I mean, I would just be remiss if I did not show you that this castle also has a drawbridge.
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
And it also has
Wow.
a working portcullis.
Oh, please. That is so awesome.
Well, we'll need that because we've got a dragon coming. So,
Oh my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
so in the village, this will actually open over the moat. This is the moat. And we'll have just, I mean, we'll just have lots of fun stuff in it. We're not done yet. We're still
We're
working on it.
decorated on the inside and the outside, everybody.
Oh,
my
man.
goodness.
Same with the little cottages. And the fun thing about the quilt is you'll be able to design your village however you want to. You can put your cottages and your castle wherever you want.
So will those have like the snap-on features like you do for?
They're built that way.
Uh-huh.
But I did learn from Evie's children is maybe they'd like to move them around. So you can make them snap, Velcro, or nothing at all, whatever you want to do. But they do have the large tabs here so that you can include a snap or some Velcro if you want to. That will be totally up to whoever's making it. Now, this doesn't have to be just a girl castle.
I love Sally
Oh.
holding the dolls
I
over
love
there.
it. Look
Like
at
she
their
can't let go of
hair.
them.
Their
I know,
hair
they're
is so
adorable.
cute.
So this is the boy castle. This is the, I shouldn't say boy castle, but it's clearly the
Yeah,
castle
yeah.
before the princess moves in. Don't you guys think?
Right. Yes. Yeah,
It's
definitely.
decorate.
One of
Yeah.
my customers told me she was going to make her castle in dark purple. And you have the option. You can embroider these vines and flowers up it if you want to. She embroidered just the vines and left off the flowers, and she did them in black, like thorny vines.
Oh.
She made Maleficent's castle.
Oh,
Right.
that was
So
neat.
that's fun. All right, so then we
This is
moved
so
on
cute.
to
I'm loving this.
the wishing well, and the wishing well was really fun to design because the bucket
look at that.
does
Oh,
actually
my goodness.
work.
Oh.
So that's kind of fun.
Wow.
That is so fun.
Spooky really likes this. He gets that little paw in there and bats it around.
Yeah, look and see how you did that.
A little
Wow.
straw and a
Yeah,
pipe
but look
cleaner.
at the cute little beads on the end. They're like peppermints. Oh my goodness.
That
So
is
where
so
did
cool.
my? Oh, here it is.
Oh.
And then I had so much
I'm
fun
loving this.
making the privy.
You're gonna love this too.
I need a footman. Well, that's okay. I will take
Are there any in?
Beauty from Beauty and the Beast here.
Where'd they go?
Wait, one moment. You guys can't
There's
see
a
this
big
yet.
reveal here,
Oh.
y'all.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty funny.
So I had a blast with the Princess Privy. So we've got the little moon cutouts, which you actually can see through. I'll open it here in just a second. And then the door opens. I love to put these little beads on both sides.
Yes, I love that.
And then there's actually, this is one of Evie's princesses from her charming collection. But I will show you that she is sitting on an actual seat with an actual hole in the seat.
Oh, that's funny.
That is just
So they
hysterical.
must have little wire and stuff in here so that you can.
Hers do
so
have
they
some
can
pipe
sit
cleaners
on the
as well.
potty.
Yep, you can form them. So just to let you all know, I really wanted to make a toilet paper roll. I thought that I could totally digitize that.
Yes.
And Evie and my dad and my mom all said, no, a Privy does not have toilet paper. You need to have a little bucket for corn husks. So
You
I'm
did
not sure where my
do that.
extra
Did you
bucket
do
is,
that?
but we do have the little bucket, which you can set next to the
Oh,
Privy
that is
for your
funny.
corn husk
Let's see if
collection.
Do we have one around
Oh
here?
my
don't know.
goodness.
I don't know
Oh
where I put
my
it.
goodness.
Anyway,
I love that there's like no stop to the imagination.
There
Like,
is
I mean,
no
y'all,
stop.
That
Right.
is so cool.
Leilani Fisk said, "I'm spellbound," and I think we all are too.
Yes. I'm spellbound too, and I get to be right here.
There is so much more coming. I am so excited about this set. This set keeps me awake at night. Well, actually, a lot of sets keep me awake at night because I'm so excited to get started on them. And if you're already signed up for my newsletter, you've kind of gone through my history of my first house and what I'm trying to do to get it, mine and whatever. And
look how cute she is.
Isn't that? Her little wings. That
her hair. I love her hair.
Susan's got a comment and a question.
Okay.
Susan Bland. She says, so much talent, amazing work. And what kind of machine did you use to make this?
The great big house. I used my old 20-year-old 730 Bernina. I didn't even have a thought of getting a bigger machine then. I made this house about, 10 or 12 years ago. I'd have to go look up the date. That was a long time ago.
Wow.
All of these 3D designs, I have made them so that you can use a 5x7 hoop. If you have a bigger hoop, you'll have less pieces to make. But if you have a 5x7 hoop, you can complete them all. So I wanted to make it so that everybody could make them with me.
That is neat. Yeah.
So there is a Once Upon a Time collection. And just to let you know, a lot more pieces are going to be added. So get started now so that you're caught up. But there's a collection on a special price waiting for you on that page that we told you guys about.
Awesome.
Wow.
That is so, okay, so totally, I guess it's somewhere in the same world.
I forgot our trees. We've got to have trees.
That's right.
Sitting around
Oh,
there.
how cute.
Let me turn it around a little bit. Well, I don't know. We've got the
The
drawbridge over
trees
here.
will just dress it. It's okay. I don't need to spread them
I
out.
feel
There's
like-
a little tree set too.
I feel like y'all
I
are
got 'em
having
all stacked up.
playtime
Yeah.
there.
We are having playtime. I know. I really
We
want to
need
pick
some
up one of
trees
these
over
dolls and make a story.
That's right. It's
I need a prince on the
there
drawbridge
we
and a
go.
princess,
That's right.
damsel in distress.
Exactly.
Oh my.
Or maybe we need a
goodness.
prince in distress and a damsel to save him.
Yeah.
I
I
think
like
that'd
that
be
too.
better.
Uh-huh.
Love it. And look at the little crown. I mean, that's all done machine embroidery, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Oh,
I know Evie did a really good job. And if you guys love the
yes.
Charming collection, those were done by a bit of Stitch. So if you want the Charming collection, there on my website, there's a link to where you can find those as well. So they are definitely part of this collection.
So this was your spring creation for classic sewing.
This was. So 3D objects don't have to be houses and castles and intricate like that. This is just like a 5 little piece in the hoop set. There's a bunch more in this set. There's a time to plant, time to sprout, and time to bloom. Classic Sewing yoinked them away from me. They didn't send them back. They're taking them with them, which is great. That's such a compliment. So anyway, there's a bunch more in this set, and I know you guys like this one, so I brought it with me. But they are just so easy to make, and they are so easy to take apart and put back together. And if I bend it, no big deal. All I have to do is soak it or rinse it in water or even just a spray bottle, lay it flat to dry, and then it tabs right back together.
That is so cool.
So what makes that happen? What type of interfacing or do you do to give it that kind of structure?
I don't use any interfacing at all. I know that's like anathema in farmhouse fabrics, but I'll show you what I use.
I'm shocked, really.
There's no batting in there?
There is batting.
Oh, okay. I guess that's really there's
Definitely
there had
batting.
to be something in there. Yeah.
So grab all my stuff here.
Oh yeah, people are gonna love seeing this.
There it is.
We love to see how people travel. Like I love that.
Yes.
Do you like my very wrinkly stabilizer? This is actually how my stabilizer looks at home. I save every little piece.
I do too.
It makes a really good spray for when you're doing heirloom work and,
right.
and wing needle stitching. Okay. So what you need are 2 pieces of fabric, and I'm going to be buying some more fabric here for sure. Oh my goodness, you guys have like wonderland. 2 pieces of fabric. 1 piece of fabric for the front of the design and 1 piece of fabric for the back of the design. And let me see a little cottage here. So the front of the design would be this section here. The back of the design, let me just take this apart real quick. Big tub. Come on out. The back of the design, or the back of the hoop, will be am I holding that well? Will be the wallpaper inside the house. So you want pretty fabric on the front and the back. It can match. That's fine. It doesn't have to. Fabric for the front and the back. Whatever you put on the back of the hoop, you need to fuse with Craft Fuse 808 Pellon. It's just I guess this is interfacing, isn't it? It's just a really stiff interfacing. It's just a really stiff interfacing that does fuse to the fabric. Before you start, and I make this mistake all the time. Please, 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 please pre-shrink, iron, and starch your fabric. It will make a big difference. I can't tell you how many times I have forgotten to do that, and I cut my pieces and they're too small for the design. So I forget all the time, but you don't need to. And then you also need a piece of, there's thread all over this, that's weird, a piece of high loft. This is fairly thick quilter's batting. And quilter's batting, I call quilter's batting any of the batting that comes in a sheet that you cut apart, not like a bag of fiber foil or whatever. You don't want to play with that. So when you stitch the design, and I should have brought my, I don't know what my other hoop was. When you stitch the design, or when you first start the design, all you're going to hoop is, I just taught a class in Chattanooga. This came from there. When you hoop, you're not hooping any fabric at all. You're just hooping water-soluble stabilizer. And I know that you guys and a lot of you out there are heirloom sewers, and I know that you have played around with water-soluble stabilizer that didn't really wash away as much as you wanted it to, and it got left a little residue in your project. You guys all know what I'm talking about, right? That's what you want to use for this 3D stuff, and I know you all have a bunch of that on hand. So pull that out for the 3D stuff. So you just hoop your water-soluble stabilizer. Your machine will stitch an outline on the stabilizer. You're going to put fabric with the pellon on the back, batting, and then fabric on the front. And you'll let your machine stitch the next outline. Then your job is to trim it up, and then you're pretty much done. Your machine will then stitch a finished stitch. If there's a window, it will stitch the outline for it. You might have to stop and cut the fabric out of the window. And then your machine will just do all the rest for you. And you'll eventually be left with
oh, look at that.
That looks like this. And hopefully the front and the back will look as pretty as possible. The other trick that I like to tell people is always use matching embroidery thread in your bobbin, because you will see the back. It's on the inside of everything. And you want the inside of whatever you're making to look just as pretty. It's never going to look as pretty, but we can get close. So there is that. All the trim, all the icicle trim and the little doors and whatever, they are just freestanding lace designs with the stabilizer that doesn't, because we want it to be stiff. You know, we're making a house. We don't want it to fall down. So your pieces will end up just stiff like cardboard.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
They want to know if the supply list is available before you purchase.
Yes, it is. So on my website, any product page that you go to that is a project, not just Embroidery Designs, there's a little red button that says download supply list. You can click on that and a PDF file will come up. So if you're out of the store, you can see how many yards of fabric, how much stabilizer, what other things you might need to complete that project. And that's on every product page on my site. So take advantage of that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. Good.
So this is totally backtracking, but how cool is this to carry all your cards and stuff?
That's
for
cute.
the little boy. I guess you could use it for any of the designs, but that is so neat.
So this was really fun to make. This is a Hot Wheels carrying case. And yes, I do plan to make one for doll clothes at some point.
Yeah.
A bigger one with closets. Remember those cool Barbie doll carrying cases with the closets and the little compartments?
Yeah.
So yes, I will make one of those. And I might make one for American Girl doll sizes. But anyway, and then on the other side of it is a little, great day. I don't know how I got thread everywhere. Inconceivable. I've got it. There's a little track, and you can design your own track. You can make your cases big or as small as you want to.
Oh, to carry with you. That is so smart.
To carry with you.
That makes Sally want to go back in time with her 5 boys.
Yeah.
She can go
Well, I've
snag
always
one of
loved
those.
the little Matchbox cars and Hot Wheels. Yeah.
But to have your track along with you in
I
your bag,
know.
that's really smart.
That is.
Wow.
It was a fun one.
That's cool.
Sewing room stuff.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Let me help grab that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So you have mats for your sewing machine and then also for your embroidery machine. You want to? I'll grab these if you want to go to that.
So I'm lucky now, but before I moved, I had this little teeny tiny spare bedroom that I was using as my sewing studio. I like to call it a studio because it makes me feel more creative. Anyway, so I started just making all of these little organization projects to help keep my stuff straight. This one normally sits on a Lazy Susan, which I don't think I brought it with me, but it sits on a Lazy Susan and spins. This is called So Lazy.
I saw Lazy Susan over there. Maybe not, but
maybe I did. Anyway, oh yeah, a little tape on that one. That just spins around, and all my tools are inside.
Wow.
Inside, it's got more pockets, so you can store more stuff in there. So pockets around the outside. It comes with more words and different pocket pictures, and it also comes with the instructions to make a square bin instead of a round bin, whatever you'd like to do.
I use mine every day, so.
Do you use yours every day?
Regina is here, and she said she uses hers every day.
Regina's made quite a bit of my stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just really had no space. I had no table space because my machines took up all my table space. I didn't want to put it on my cutting table.
There's a small guy.
I think I had 2 more of these. Where did I do with them? Oh, thank you very much. So I made this little set, and this is my little bit set. And I have bins for every color. I have purple, white, yellow, pink, orange, green, black. I think there's 13 different bins in there.
Wow.
And then there's also one for ribbon and trim. And I just have them hanging on my wall. And this is a great place to store if you're a hoarder like me and you don't throw any fabric away ever, because it might just be the perfect piece for your next applique project.
That's right.
That's where you store your little bin or your little bits of extra fabric. So that's a fun little set. I love mine.
This is cute.
You can tell mine are used because I actually took them off my wall, dumped the fabric out, and packed them up.
This is so cute, the way you've got a button here to hold it onto your, I mean, everything, all the details. I love the details. Oh, I like your fabrics on here too. Look at this. So
have y'all showed that Nat and I need to get another one? Are y'all still
No, we haven't
working
done that
on-
one
okay.
yet.
We haven't done.
Okay, just making sure.
So let's see. We did So Lazy. We did little bits.
This is little bits of blue.
So this is a mat that sits under my serger, and it sits on the table. If I can hold it, sits on the table like this. So my serger sits on the top, and this little bag is magnetic.
Oh man,
it comes on and off
so nifty.
for emptying.
That's cool. Yeah,
got it all messed up. Anyway, there's a fun video of Spooky on my site when I was trying to, show the fun things about this set. He loves reaching that little paw down in these pockets. You guys should go watch it just to see him. Anyway, this is called Serge Something. And if you haven't done quilting in the hoop, you should give it a try. It is so very easy. Do you guys like to do any quilting in the hoop?
we're mostly garments, so I've never done anything in the hoop.
Well, I will have to come and teach you.
Yeah, there you go.
He says Sally needs one of those to help keep track of her tools.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Well, funny.
Who
you
said
should
that to
mention
me?
What Penny do?
Oh,
So one of my favorite tools, my tweezers. All of my sewing mats have a magnetic tool strap. So you can put all of your magnetic
what a great
tools
idea.
across there.
It's the best.
Whoa.
It is pretty nice. And when, I've got all this thread piled around my sewing area, which I shouldn't have, but I do. And the machine vibrates the table, all the thread falls off down into the pocket.
Yeah,
It's nice,
yeah.
isn't it?
I gotta feel that. So where do you have your magnetic something?
Well, in the embroidery design, it's part of the design. It makes a little hidden buttonhole pocket, and it will sew a buttonhole. You'll follow my instructions, and when you're done with the blocks,
I feel them in here now.
and before you sew the very back on, you'll just slip a little magnet down inside there. Put the back on and the binding, and
look at that. That's cool. I love that.
I love magnets. It's fun to play with.
Wow.
With the little the sew one over here for under the sewing machine.
Should I show that one next?
With a little pocket on the end. I'll tell you, my grandson absolutely thinks I'm amazing because I take that off and I'll say, just watch this, and I let it go and it flies right back to me.
Oh.
He thinks I'm magic.
So this was another one that Regina made in class one year at Myrtle Beach, sewing at the beach. And this one is fun. You can customize it. So this is a mat to sit underneath your sewing machine, and you can make it longer if you want to, wider if you want to, and longer if you want to, depending on your table. And you can add more of these.
Look at those.
Magnetic.
That's so cool.
My little bobbins.
Mine are all over the floor, and I'm on my hands and knees digging from. It's rolling across the room.
Will you hold that up for me for just a second?
I will.
Back to the card case, they're saying you could use some different fabrics for all your presser feet.
Yes, you could.
That's right.
All right, so there's that. And if you have metal bobbins, my old Berninas use metal bobbins, and I think it's nice to just have them. I have bobbins everywhere, but it's nice to have all my favorite colors.
Mm-hmm.
And when these fall off the table, they just glom onto the magnet, which is pretty nice too.
That's nice.
And then Spooky comes along and tips them all off, which you can see him doing in the video. So that's that one. And then the Embroider Something mat.
What is this?
Oh, that sketch.
Just trying to leave that sign up there. The Embroider Something mat obviously is the same idea, but for the larger embroidery machines. And this mat also comes off and back on. Or not mat, but the pocket. You can empty your pockets.
So Catherine Hasselbacher says, can you do these projects with just a sewing machine? I don't have an overlocker or embroidery machine.
No, I'm very sorry. These are all embroidery designs. So all of the squares are made with the embroidery machine, and then they're sewn together. So it's time to get an embroidery machine.
Yeah, so just what I was thinking. It's time to head to the sewing machine store.
That's right.
Wow.
Beautiful. And I love all your color choices.
Yeah,
they're so fun.
Too. Oh, thank you.
So did y'all talk about these? Because they definitely, these cupcakes.
No,
so
we have not. So I should mention, if you do like the sewing machine or the sewing studio organization, we have a special setup for you guys for that as well. It's called the Sewing Studio Collection. And that was the
So you're
bins.
offering all kinds of stuff. You have
I am.
These monthly giveaways.
I actually brought the show specials that I had in Chattanooga to you guys, which I don't offer usually online. So
then make sure y'all visit the link that we provide in the comments, and then also after the video. But and you're doing a coupon for people as well.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. So any $10 purchase, you get $5 off. In the coupon code box when you're checking out, make sure you enter Farmhouse. And it doesn't matter if it's small case or uppercase, just Farmhouse.
So, and then also, if you're spending $10, you get the $5 off. You're going to get the free months. You can get the free month.
Almost. They'd have to spend $15. Their cart would come down to $5 because it's a $10 minimum for the gifted purchase. But anyway, $5 off any $10 purchase.
So
there.
I'm sure you have a deadline on this.
Oh, right. Friday is your deadline. So you have several days to go and do that. But I would do it today.
Yeah, that's right.
Then you won't forget. And then I won't get emails saying, oh no, I forgot. Will you extend it? Because I'm going to say, sorry, sister, you're out of luck.
Anyway, that too.
I love playing with magnets.
Oh, man.
I love having treats around me in the sewing room. So these are little magnetic pin cushions. They don't have to be magnetic if you don't want them to be. But I really enjoy. Let's see. Maybe if I put this.
Can we move this?
Sure. Okay, thanks. So if I stick my pins out there, I can just go around, and I've got nice strong magnets in there, and it will just pick them up. There are 4 little magnets in each of these little cupcake pin cushions. And if you don't want them, you don't have to have them. You can use them just as a regular pin cushion.
Cute.
So there are those. I just have a lot of fun.
And it's a cupcake.
And it's a cupcake.
Yeah. I mean, that's awesome.
They make really great
Oh,
gifts.
that's cute. This is fun, you guys. Look at that.
So, you have, I feel like I saw you on Pinterest too. Do you have a Pinterest page?
I do.
And then are you also on YouTube as well?
Yes, I have a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yep, lots of tutorials. I have some how-to tutorials, assembly tutorials, whatever I think would be fun to do on video. I do plan on making a lot more videos because Spooky really likes to make videos.
So then your next in person, you said, is going to be Myrtle Beach. Is
yes,
that right?
I'll be in Myrtle Beach at the Everything Embroidery Market. I don't remember the date.
September. It's in September.
I don't remember. And I want to say end of September.
So you're teaching there as well.
I am teaching. I'm teaching crafty construction, and it's how to make 3D buildings or any other projects in the hope that all the 3D techniques.
Awesome.
So sign up for that.
We're so glad you joined us today.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much.
Well, this is fun. Thank you for inviting me.
A lot of fun. Now we have play hour.
Yeah, right.
My play hour. Well, I get to go shopping.
And I might be playing with your toys over here.
We'll switch off.
I love that. I love that.
So y'all find Shelly at Shelly Smola. Is it designs.com or shellysmola.com?
I'll hold it up.
We'll go with .com. Yes.
ShellySmola.com. And then to get to our page that we set up for you with all the specials on it is /FF.
Awesome.
For farmhouse.
Thank you, Shelly.
So
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks
Oh,
for
you know
tuning
what?
in.
We have a drawing.
Oh, we do.
We
Yeah.
have a giveaway.
Oh,
we have a
cool.
giveaway. I'm gonna let you draw it.
All right.
So we Emma and I did a little giveaway, and because it was National Drawing Day on Monday, so we had a theme. So here's our little bag here. And so we have drawing, we have art supplies in here, and then like
I won't put my
I know, right?
the
That's
art
interesting.
supplies, and
Yeah.
then we have a really cute piece of knit, and then we have a knit picker, and then we had Fred Paris. My wife is nitpicking me all
Shelly,
day long.
nitpicker.
Yeah.
I got a nitpicker.
Anyway, so anyway, we have a lot of fun reading your comments. So we're gonna have Shelly pull a name.
Okay.
And it's in here, and I didn't crinkle them up very well here.
Okay, I'll close my eyes.
All right, here you go.
Oh my goodness, it says Shelly Smola. I'm just joking. It says Buttercup 2, 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Heart, cool drawing. And Anna's Creations.
She tagged a friend. All right,
Awesome.
so that's Instagram. Somebody from Instagram
Sorry,
won.
Buttercup,
Do you see
you
how far I have to
almost
hold that
Yeah.
out these days?
So you are the winner, and we will be getting in contact with you. And oh, Shelly, thank you so much for coming.
Well,
Man,
thank you.
what a treat!
That
I'm
was
telling
fun.
you, people are going to have a lot of questions. You'll probably get a lot of email and
Good, please do.
yeah.
I love hearing from you.
Yeah. And because it's like, you know what? I need to learn to use my embroidery machine so I can do this.
And
She's lying.
it's easy. I promise it's so easy.
All
All right,
right,
y'all.
thank you, everybody.
Join us back.